Where the air is thin and cold, I watch the mortal stories that are waiting to be told. The throne is forged of gold, the sky is painted black. There is no defense for my devastating attack. The eagle sits beside me with a sharp and watching eye, determining exactly who will live and who will die. My father fell to ruin, the titans are all gone. I rule the darkest dusk and I rule the brightest dawn. Can you smell the ozone burning? Can you feel the tables turning? The storm is gathering, the clouds turn gray. Judgment comes for you today. Thunder on the mountain, shaking the ground below. The king of Olympus, the power that I show. Bolt of lightning, white and hot, piercing through the night. Kneel before the master's throne, or vanish from the light. I am the sky, I am the Lord, the ruler of the sphere. Thunder on the mountain, do you feel the fear? Don't speak to me of justice, don't speak to me of fair. I hold the lightning bolt, I strip the mountains bare. Prometheus stole the fire and he pays the price in pain. Bound specifically to the rack, exposed to wind and rain. You build your little temples and you offer up the bull, but my appetite for loyalty is never ever full. I change my shape, I change my form. I walk among the sheep and send the non-believers to the eternal slave. Can you smell the ozone burning? Can you feel the tables turning? The storm is gathering, the clouds turn gray. Judgment comes for you today. Thunder on the mountain, shaking the ground below. The king of Olympus, the power that I show. Bolt of lightning, white and hot, piercing through the night. Kneel before the master's throne, or vanish from the light. I am the sky, I am the Kronos tried to eat his own flesh and bone. Now I sit victorious upon the stone. Cyclops forged the weapon in the heat. Now the world is bowing at my feet. Bow at my feet. Bow! exposure while you struggle in the night. My word is final, my decree is set in stone. You live and die by the mercy of the throne. Thunder on the mountain, shaking the ground below. The king of Olympus, the power that I show. Bolt of lightning, white and hot, piercing through the night. Kneel before the master's throne, or vanish from the light. I am the king, thunderclap. I am the light, lightning strike, thunder on the mountain. Beneath the surface tension, deep within the blue, a kingdom hidden perfectly from your mortal view. The pressure builds in silence, the dark is cold and vast. A memory of the ancient days, a shadow of the past. Sailors pray to stars above to guide them on their way, but stars cannot protect them when the ocean wants to play. I hold the trident firmly, I strike the ocean floor, and make the mighty waters rise and hear the monster roar. The walls begin to crack, there is no turning back. The tide is rising high, prepare yourself to die. Earthshaker, bringing the temples down. Earthshaker, destroying the coastal town. Horses rising from the foam, galloping on the sea, dragging you to the watery grave for all eternity. Beware the wrath of the tide, beware the shifting sand. There is no safety for you on the broken land. Odysseus thought he was smart, he blinded my own son. 10 years on the water before his journey was done. I tossed his little wooden ship like a toy upon the waves, sent his loyal crewmen to their early watery graves. Don't test the lord of horses, don't test the lord of quakes. I punish every single one of your mistakes. The monsters in the deep, the Scylla and the beast, are waiting for the bodies on which they love to feast. The walls begin to crack, there is no turning back. The tide is rising high, prepare yourself to die. Earthshaker, bringing the temples down. Earthshaker, politics, I do not care for right. As long as weapons clash together in the dead of night. The vultures are my messengers, the wolves are my best friends. I orchestrate the conflict that never ever ends. Adrenaline is pumping, the heart is barely thumping. Red mist in your eyes, listen to the cry. Let's let the dogs of war hear the battlefield roar. Ari smiles when the iron bites, glory found in the endless fights. Cowards run and the heroes die underneath the burning sky. The god of war demands his due. He is coming after you. Strategy, she plans it on a scroll. I prefer the severed head and the stolen soul. Phobos and Deimos are drifting by my side. Panic and fear ensure there is nowhere left to hide. The chariot is golden, but the wheels are stained with red. Rolling over mountains of the long forgotten dead. Scream my name in battle, and I might grant you strength, or pierce you with a spear of an incredible length. her human shape. Now she spends forever with no hope of an escape. Odysseus heard my whispers in the middle of the night, while other men were dying in the futile fight. I gave him the idea for the horse made out of wood, to conquer grand old Troy like no other hero could. Reason over fury, judge and the jury analyze the field, force the foe to yield. Goddess of the city, standing proud and wise, the slime. Purify the temple for the rest of endless time. The oracle of Delphi screams in a sacred trance, caught up in the rhythm of the sun. God's dance, prophecy revealed, fate is unsealed. The light is blinding bright, banishing the night. Riding the golden chariot high, burning the fire across the sky. Music of the lyre plays, counting down your mortal days. Truth and light and melody, singing it for eternity. The music singing harmony, a choir of the nine. Inspiration flowing like the sweetest summer wine. But do not disrespect the mother of the twins, or endure the punishment for all your haughty sins. Niobe was weeping as her children hit the floor. She turned into a weeping rock, crying evermore. I am the distant shooter, I never miss my mark. I am the blazing beacon in the overwhelming dark. Prophecy revealed, fate is unsealed. The light is blinding bright, banishing the night. Riding the golden chariot high, burning the fire across the sky. Music of the lyre plays, counting down your mortal days. Truth and light and melody. Daphne runs away, turning to a tree. Hyacinth falls down, dying on his knee. Even gods can bleed inside the heart, tearing the immortal soul apart. sunrise. Silence falls upon the forest deep, while the city lies in fitful sleep. I walk among the shadows and the trees, moving swiftly like the northern breeze. Silver bow held firmly in my hand, guardian of the wild and untamed land. I need no city walls, I need no king. I only need the song the night birds sing. Virgin goddess, heart of ice, do not ask me for advice. Cross the line and you will see the cruelty of purity. Huntress of the silver moon, death is coming for you soon. The arrow flies, the target falls, echoes in the mountain halls. Wild and free, forever young, the oldest song that's ever sung. Run with wolves and chase the deer, Artemis is drawing near. Actaeon came upon the sacred spring. He saw the beauty of the prohibited thing. He gazed upon the goddess in the bath and summoned forth the ancient holy wrath. No words were spoken, just a splash of dread, antlers growing from his human head. He tried to speak but only let out a bray. And now the hunter has become the prey. Virgin goddess, heart of ice, do not ask me for advice. at my side. I build my own companions where I can confide. Pandora was my work, a gift to punishment, part of the vengeance, part of the plan. cup, drinking